Well, hello folks, welcome to the channel and welcome to a new video, a first look video looking at a new release game from Drago Entertainment, which is Winter Survival. So you might be familiar with this game already from watching this channel because Drago Entertainment did release what they call a prologue to Winter Survival, which was essentially a very early demo looking at a very small part of the game and some of the mechanics that would be involved in it. I think there was a lot of very positive things about that prologue and I really enjoyed it and what it could possibly bring. That was about a year ago when they brought it out, and more recently they brought out a demo which I did have a little look at. I didn't actually realise it was out until quite soon before this was released. So we haven't really coming into this game looking at a little bit blind as to what they've actually done in that kind of year-long time frame, but I'm very excited about the possibility here. So I've had a little bit of time with the game and played a few hours worth of gameplay to get an idea what this is all about. I've looked on Steam at the reviews already to get an idea what other people are saying about it, and yeah, I mean, essentially the concept is a survival horror game. You're stuck out in the open waiting to be rescued. It's snowy, it's cold, it's horrible. There are predators around and you've got to avoid them. You've got to find food, you've got to find water, and you've got to avoid going mad. Concept is very similar, I think, to lots and lots of other games in this particular area. So it is a crowded space, and have Drago Entertainment, who aren't traditionally a games company that necessarily do this, is the first game they've done in this kind of area. Are they going to be able to stand out from the crowd? Well, we'll find out. We're going to have a look at a couple of our areas of the game, and hopefully, potentially, I might be doing a sort of longer playthrough on the channel as well. So I'm going to switch my camera off because this is quite a dark game, certainly at night time. So we'll focus on this on the gameplay, and you'll just have to listen to my voice. We're going to start with the tutorial, which has received, I saw when looking on Steam, there was a few negative comments about this. I actually quite like this idea because it means you can kind of come to any one point of how something works without having to play through a whole tutorial. There's some people who said, well, it would be nice to kind of have the tutorial as part of the early part of the game, so you could kind of make progress and get to a point where you're able to kind of do some stuff. But what this allows you to do is sort of focus on the things you don't know how to do and just come in here and have a look what to do. And I think it's a really nice opportunity to see what I think is the unique selling point of this game. Something that they do which I don't think other people do, and that is this thing over here, which is the sanity meter. So on the left you see the timer going around the debuff, and this increases trauma, which is at the bottom. When trauma reaches 100%, you will reveal consequences when you sleep, which is an interesting concept. So there will be a permanent debuff, and that might be something like you hearing voices all the time, maybe you seeing predators, maybe you missing kind of like seeing details in the landscape to allow you to pick up stuff. It kind of just depends, and I think if I'm remembering rightly, you actually get to pick what their permanent debuff is, so there's quite a range of them. Basically, you've got to stop yourself going insane, which I don't think I've seen in another game. Maybe it is being done elsewhere, but it is kind of a nice idea. What's this over here? Oh, there we go. So this gives you an example of what it is. So insanity weakens one hemisphere of the brain. The left responsible for adaptation disorders, right requires the selection of a new symptoms. So this is kind of what I was talking about. So the adaptation tool randomly weakens a section across all three adaptation levels, raising crafting costs, replacing perks with negative effects, and in story mode it randomly weakens a single adaptation level. You can challenge yourself to recover from an adaptation disorder. So there's side quests that allow you to do that. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so that is essentially the tutorial, and there's a whole range of things so you can learn how to hunt, do survival skills, fight, move, craft and build, all of those things. It all gives you all the information around that. So I think that's a really nice little way of doing things. I actually quite like this. I can understand the comment that it doesn't kind of take you forward in the game, particularly as this is a really unforgiving game. But I like the fact you can kind of come to it and say, I don't know how to do this, I want to find that out. Right, so we're going to start a new game, and there's two options at the minute. There's multiple options on the way. So if you look on Steam, Drago Entertainment have got a whole... So they have a lot of content coming for this game. So updates that they've got in store, in expansions to the story, expansions to the map, expansions to different aspects of the game. So it's not... This is an alpha game, this is early access, so do not expect huge amounts here. So we are going to go in the endless mode. The story mode is what we are going to be playing if I do a series. What's quite kind of nice here is there is this kind of fun little difficulty thing whereby there is a whole bunch of questions that are asked of you, and if you, depending on how you answer, you will start in different places with different levels of equipment and different things happening. This is particularly in endless mode. So Explore is the easier version, so we'll pick that. So we can, so as you can see, the bear is coming soon, but at the minute, what happened? Nothing permanent, but I need a shelter. That's the easy difficulty. Everything feels fine. Exploration awaits. I neglected my cold, and without medication my health is deteriorating, so you've got to get better, and then you don't know what's happening. So we'll just go with a home, because I think that's the easiest thing. We want good equipment, but equipment levels can vary, and we'll start in the morning because again it is easy with clear weather. What does the picture represent? Well, this depends what's going to come after you. Don't know what this is, but we're going to go with wolves because, you know, there we go. As with all games, you can see there's some hints and tips on the loading screen, but here we go into the game. Nice beefy stew. So essentially we need to get out of this cave. We need to build some basically a house to live in, which is not this cave. We've got all this cool stuff, including the stuff in here. Right, and we need to take this, so a couple of thatch foundations. We can sleep there. Unfortunately we can't. I don't think we can collect this, so it stays here, and likewise we can't use the loom at the minute. So is there anything else we can get? I don't think so. So we're going to come out. So there's a lot of collectible sort of forageable stuff on the floor. So you're looking, so here we're going to say we'll start with the location that they suggest, which is just down the way there, and we've got to build ourselves a little house. Now this takes some time, but as you can see, you'll need a lot of this stuff that you can see. So these large grasses you can collect. There are also sticks on the floor which are really important, as you can see here, and branches. This gives you branches, large and small branches, but you need to collect as much of this as you can. All of this will be useful, and you can see the map. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? It looks quite an amazing scene here. Beautiful snowy scene, and you can see over there we have a tree on the hill, sort of pinkish tree. I'm not sure what that is, and some sort of radio tower up the top. But at the minute what we're trying to do is we're going to be putting a thatched foundation down here. Well, we've got a couple of those thatched foundations, so let's put those down. We'll go into our inventory and we'll pick one of them out. We'll just turn that around a little bit, and then we'll do the same with the second one. Click those together and we are all good. Now we can look to see if we've got enough equipment to craft a thatch foundation. So we can do that by pressing Y, and you can see here it tells you what we're missing. So we need some softwood log chunks. Well, they are available by chopping down the trees. So we need to chop down a tree. We'll start off with this tree here. So we're going to equip our axe, but we can put, and we'll do this in a second, we can put the axe into a sort of quick button location, and there we go. And we've got some sticks and stuff here. That's gone down the hill. We'll pick up these sticks and then grab ourselves, I thought there was something that went over here. If you're struggling to find stuff, so we've got a new event unlocked there within our journal. But if you're struggling to find stuff, there is a kind of nice little option here for which is Q. So this shows you all the stuff that you can interact with. So you can see here, we can see the twig up here. So that's the large branch there. That's important. So that's Q. Very, very helpful. And the reason that's so helpful in my mind is because some of the things are really hard to see. Right, we'll drop that down there, and then we're going to just chop this up. There we go. Don't really like the way that works. It's just, you know, it doesn't need to go absolutely everywhere. Just a bit annoying, that is. So we've got some softwood chunks. So let's have a look how the crafting works. We'll just come over here, craft ourselves one of these. There we go. We can do another one actually. Okay. So what we can also then do is come over here. It's got our abandoned ruins over here, so we can use, got a thing down here, we can nab this stuff, another hammer, but we can break this up. So let's equip some of our things in. So we'll put our canteen in number 3, we will put our hammer in number 2 and our axe in number 1. So get number 2 out, and then you can either repair or you can destroy. There we go. And then you collect a load of stuff there. Collected everything. Nice. And we need some of this if we can get it. That will be useful for the roof. Okay, that's collected. So then we can look to what are we missing? I was in the way there. I think we don't quite have enough. So we need some more branches. Well, I think if we go up here, we can collect a couple more branches, and then we'll be able to start thinking about putting the walls up. But okay, the other thing we need are some rocks, and rocks, a lot of those are kind of by the water's edge. You can see those here. They are kind of hard to see in most other places. So let's finish this first aspect up. We still haven't got enough branches. Jesus. So you can see we just got another adaptation level. You can see what that's all about in here. I'm a little bit confused about it, but you can see we unlock a variety of skills. So we've unlocked these things that we can now craft. We've got a perk where we slightly reduce the risk of injury from falls. That's good. And so we are looking for number 4 now. And I think these are the disorders, so we don't need to worry about that for now because we're not good. You can see on the left we are slightly encumbered, but that's all right. Let's finish off our building of this thing, and then we'll have a look what's next up. There we go. We need to build some walls. First things first, a door frame. And it's nice if you could kind of come back to this a little bit quicker. Maybe there is what do we need? Branches. We'll get the side walls on, I think. And the back. There we go. So we've got all the walls that we need up. That's pretty good. So let's go and get some more branches to complete that. We don't need to drink. As you can see in the bottom left hand corner, you can see asleep is the eye, the apple is food, and then the little canteen is drink, and then we've got temperature as well. So those are all the things that we need to keep an eye on. One of the problems I have with this game is right at the start you have no ability to do anything with wolves. So if a wolf was to be encountered, we can't do much about that because we don't have any weapons, and we don't have an ability to craft weapons. Makes it very, very difficult in these early stages when encountering things like wolves. And it means that you're really kind of restricted because you can't kind of go out to try and figure out what to do about these wolves. So there we go. There's another one here. I'll take that with us. Softwood chunk. So yeah, that is certainly something. And when I have encountered wolves, it's basically impossible to do anything about it. You just the only thing you've got is you can wave a torch at them, and that will give you basically something. It's some level of protection, but it's not a perfect level of protection. Right. So I think we've got possibly enough to get up window frame. Only one though, so we need to go and collect some more branches. This part does take a little bit of time, so we'll go collect some more branches. I'll come back once I've done that. Just hear a wolf. There is a wolf, which you might not be able to see at this point, but is kind of wandering around over here. You can see him there, just sitting there. Can't see us at the minute, but if we go over there, we need to be careful of that, because we do not want him coming over here, certainly before we finish building our thing. So let's try and put the last wall in, because that feels like we will be an infinitely large amount safer. There we go. Have we got enough for a door as well? Please have enough for a door. We have got enough for a door. That feels good. Okay, we've got some windows which look a little bit exposed, but that's fine. We've got enough for a campfire, which might be useful. Funnily enough, I did manage to put one of these down inside the house previously. Not managed to do that since. We'll pop some tinder in. Light him up. Let's just feed that fire a little bit. Make sure it's looking good. Okay, so we need to, I think, get some branches. It doesn't seem to be a burning issue, so we don't seem to be able to be burnt by the fire. But wow, look at the sun set here, absolutely gorgeous. The visuals in this game are quite wonderful, and there's a lot that they haven't got quite right yet, but the look of it, I mean, that is lovely, isn't it? They've absolutely nailed that. So I've just grabbed a load of stuff. We can put we put a left one on this is a problem. You can put a left one on in both places, which isn't ideal, so we want to put a right one on now. Okay, so we are looking good at the minute. Let's see if we can get a roof on our shelter, or at least partly a roof. What do we need to get a roof? More large branches. We've got lots of tall grass, lots of rope, but we need some large branches again. So I think we're going to go to sleep. And so that's what we're going to do now, and tomorrow we'll go and get some large branches. So we'll just pop our bed down. Let's feed that fire a little bit. Whew, we've got no roof, but we've got walls. See you in the morning. So we are hungry. So we're going to have us something to eat. And what we can do is we can put some beans on there. Now I'm not entirely sure. I think we can eat the beans now. I'm not sure when it becomes burnt, but that should help our hunger a reasonable amount, as you can see there. So we need to go out and collect some wood. So we're going to go and do that. We might be able to do a little bit of the roof here, which would be very helpful. There we go. That looks nice, doesn't it? I don't think we can put any more on just yet. Again, it's large branches which are lacking, so we need to go out and collect some more large branches. Right, heading on back, as you can see we're a little bit on the tired side. We're hungry and we're cold and we're wet. All of that is not great. So we'll need to set this going again. Let's get a nice fire going. We can have our second can of beans. We've just picked up some blueberries as well, so let's sort that out. And you can see we're warming up nicely, 18.5 degrees at the minute. We should be, I'm not quite sure how long it takes to dry ourselves as well. Right, here we go. There we go. We've got, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Have we got enough now to do this? Probably not, but have a look. Still can do the thatch ceiling. I mean, is that going to help? I don't think it will. There we go. Right, so next up, prepare proper campfire and a thatch bed are the two things we need to sort out. So let's have a look at what we need to do for that. So we need some rock and some tinder. So we can make the tinder ourselves here, and the rock we can get from just outside. So actually we should be able to make the campfire pretty easily. Right, for some reason I can't place the proper campfire in the shelter. So I'm going to try and sort the bed out for next up. Let's go and have a look at that. What do I need for that? Right, I need rope and large branches. So not too much actually required. Right, I think if we make rope based on what we've got, we should be able to make our bed, which would be very nice. One more rope required. Let's make the rope and I think we'll be good. Oh, this would be nice to make a lovely, lovely thatch bed here. Oh, that's going to be nice. So we'll close the door there. It looks beautiful out here. It looks like we've dried off as well. Let's go to sleep. So I'm going to try just putting the proper campfire out here. We do need to eat as well. So what have we got that we can eat? Right, let's try the turkey tail. See what other adaptations we've got. So we picked up a bit of sewing. That'd be useful. We need a bone though for that. That'd be helpful so we don't go thirsty as quickly. We've got some bandages and more clothes. Some additional building bits. Energy. That also looks good. So we're Slowly getting there. So we built a nice shelter. I think this is all looking good. But I think what we'll have a look at here, because we do have that wolf, but there is some stuff over here that we could get to. I can't see him. What would be useful actually is if we could build a small torch. That's exactly what we need. And then we can hold onto the torch. Torch is the one thing that we can use to get rid of the wolf. Got a fishing hook, moonshine, another fishing hook, metal scraps. All that will come in handy. But it is cold. Having more of those little mushroom things, I think we're going to have to go on a hunt. We know there's some blueberries around here. There we go. Blueberry bush there. This feels so good. Right. Well, it's morning. See what we can find. No wolf at the minute. We need some food. Oh, we've got a shovel. And look at the, yeah, I can really sort of see the wind blowing through. Yeah, so I have no idea how big the map is here. Got like a cave up here which we could explore. We have a thing that we could light it. Ooh, nail box, metal scrap, metal wire, a wooden bowl. Well, we got some stuff up here. Nothing. Oh dear. Well, we can see some rabbits down there. Right, we're going to try and get back and we're going to call it there. Hopefully you've got a good idea what this game is all about. There are absolutely, yeah, this is not a perfect, oh Christ. can't go any faster than this. Whoa. How do we get... I think we're just over there, aren't we? Got away with that. Winter wheat. Whew. We are minus 14 degrees, not feeling good. In the midst of a blizzard. It's tough. It is tough. Righty-ho, folks. Well, that'll do. Hopefully you've got a good idea what this game's all about. So, not sure how big this map is, but I've very much enjoyed kind of exploring. I think the wolves and things, the threat is definitely there. You know, depending on what mode you go on, it will get harder or easier. I think we're about as easy as it can get, and we've just, you know, it took forever to actually build this thing. What if you get attacked by a wolf? It's pretty much impossible. You will almost certainly die. I think positives. I think the visuals are lovely. I think it looks an amazing environment to play in and kind of survive in. I think that looks good. The crafting system I like. It's a bit rubbishy in places, but it's still absolutely fine, and I don't mind that at all. Could be a little bit less complicated, and the sanity system is a rather cool system that we wouldn't able to see that properly. I think the reading on the forums, I think in the story mode there are massive bugs and people having crashing issues, crashing saving games. There's a lot of problems with the game. I think certain things like the building could be a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. It feels like we were doing that forever. Things could be a little bit easier to spot, but I do like the Q system, the whatever it is, the instinct mode, which is pressing Q so you can see things around you. But yeah, I think all in all, I think it's a game that is definitely got promise. It's a game that I'm going to keep an eye on, and I'm going to enjoy kind of exploring. How far you can go at the minute, I don't really know, but I think it's certainly something that I think I'm going to keep enjoying, keep looking at what they do with it. There's a lot of things that they're going to be improving, and I think that will only be a good thing. So let me know what your thoughts are on this. I think it's definitely a lot of positives, but what did you feel? I think in the grand scheme of all of these types of game, and there's a lot of them, it's not going to be up the top there. It's, you know, there are errors, there are problems with this game, there are sort of issues that need to be overcome by the developers, but it's early access at the minute, and hopefully these things will be ironed out. Lots and lots of issues highlighted on the Steam forums, and very, very mixed reviews. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.